Well, Vicky Beeching is an internet ethics expert and Elizabeth O'Shea is a campaigner from Parents for Success. They're both with me now, as you can see. Elizabeth, to you first, if I may. What did you make of these findings?
It's really hard. I think that parents need to be aware that it's happening younger and younger. They need to be looking into what to do to prevent their children being bullied, and also what to do if their children are bullied online, because it's really tough. It's very tough when you're the victim of bullying, but equally parents of the bullies themselves have no clue about what's going on and what their children are doing online.
You're not surprised, are you, Vicky, at this?
I'm not. I think we need to really wake up and
9, 10, 11
Exactly. I mean, we need to wake up and realise that the sociological shift that we're in the middle of, that it's as significant as the Industrial Revolution. You know, the internet's changed everything. It's changed behaviours, and sometimes it takes shocking stats like this to make us realise this is really important sociologically. People are going to look back on this and see it as a huge red letter moment in history. So parents and children actually have a huge gap between them, those who were raised without the internet and those who were raised with. And we need to take seriously that communication breakdown of people who have had two completely different experiences of growing up.
So, Elizabeth, is it the opportunity that you can communicate, you're 9, 10, 11, you can communicate with all the other kids at school in one fell swoop, but because you are still so young and developing into adolescence, you have no idea how to use that information and that tool?
It's that, and also they don't have the often the social skills. The bigger use of internet is causing, and playing computer games is meaning that children, their social skills are being eroded. The things that they used to manage in school, they're now taking home, getting frustrated, and then trying to use technology that they don't understand all the time what they're doing. They know that it's wrong, they know that it's mean, but they don't always understand the impact that it's going to have on another child who sometimes doesn't know who's bullying them online, and it can go on for years. Children can suffer for years without telling anybody because they feel embarrassed and they feel guilty that they've caused it in some way.
How is this bullying, Vicky, though, different to, more traditional bullying, if you will, in the school playground?
Well, I think that's the important thing to think about, the fact that bullying has pre-existed social media, and often there could be a knee-jerk reaction, I think, that these technologies are actually causing things that have just been part of human behaviour throughout history.
Holding up a mirror to them, yeah.
Exactly. I do think they make it easier. I think anonymity can make it easier to do things that you wouldn't in a social setting, because you lose that sense of the physical consequence. But bullying's been going on long before the internet.
Thump or
exactly,
whatever,
when you see somebody cry,
it's
those concrete sociological skills, isn't it, that help us modify our behaviour. But I think it's just important to remember that these things aren't causing bullying. They are actually just symptomatic of human traits that have been in us for many years. And the thing that my research really focuses on is not blaming the tool itself.
Yeah.
So the tool itself is harm or good, and we choose how we use it. But social media is not the problem, it's the use of it that's the problem.
What do you think, Elizabeth? I mean, if kids abused each other in the playground in the way that they sometimes do online, then there would be rough and tumble as a result. But because they can hide behind their screen, it's less so?
It's like being in a car, isn't it? You might say things to another driver in a car that you wouldn't say to his face. And I think that's quite right. When a child is in front of a screen, they feel that they can say things and do things that they wouldn't necessarily do in person. And we need to be teaching the children those skills of resolving conflict. There is always going to be conflict. When there's a class full of children, there's always going to be some children that grate against you, but teachers need to be able to help those children resolve those problems. But parents too. Parents need to be on top of the issue of children not getting on and how to sort it out. And I would always say to any parent, you need to have a written list on your wall of what your child should do if they get an unpleasant message or an unpleasant mobile text message, so that the children know to tell an adult, to take a screenshot, to save it, to close it down, to not respond. Really, those are so important, and if parents can preempt those conversations with children and have that list up there, the children will know what to do.
They need to take it seriously, don't they? I think one of the concerns I have for people that were raised pre-internet is that often they can see online and offline as two very separate things, and that you can actually just turn children off all of these sites and shut them down, and that's okay. But we need to equip children to actually live in a digital world. That's the world they're going to grow up into. So rather than just banning people, from the, you can't have an Instagram, you can't have a Facebook, actually saying, let's do it together as a family, and asking them as you would, how's school today? How's things on Facebook? How's things on Twitter? Making that part of your family conversation, and emphasising the fact that online is real, very real and very powerful for kids, and they need to talk about it.
Yes, yes.
So just to clarify for parents who are listening this afternoon, especially it being half term, what do they need to do to help their kids with this?
Okay, first of all, they need to make sure that the privacy settings on their children's online world are set securely so that they're only communicating with their friends. They need to have guidelines with their children about what they should do if they are being bullied online, exactly what to do, because it happens out of the blue. Children aren't expecting it. They suddenly get a message that can upset them for days, if not weeks. And they need to monitor the amount of time their children are on the internet. Many children have smartphones. Parents don't realise it means that they can access the internet way after bedtime. They're looking at things online. They're doing things online. They feel guilty, and then they can't tell their parents that they got bullying messages after that time. So it's equipping the parents.
Because they're being mischievous by using their smartphone after hours.
Absolutely. So leave phones downstairs.
And Vicky, your final thoughts from
Final
you?
thoughts would be, don't blame the tool itself. Remember that the internet, social media can be used for great good. You know, campaigning, awareness, making friends with people way beyond your normal social setting. Just remember the good it can do. Don't damn the tools, don't blame them, but teach your children the great potential of social media and inspire them that actually it can be used for good.
And always keep the line of communication open with your kids.
Exactly.
Great to talk to you both. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks
Kay.
a lot. Well, on Sky News for iPad, you can find out